Good evening from Valdosta, Georgia. It's the annual 2022 NACPRO Awards, hosted by the Valdosta-Lowndes County Parks and Recreation Authority. The National Association of County Parks and Recreational Officials has recognized 30 individuals, organizations, programs, and projects this year. This awards program is the perfect platform to identify excellence while also fulfilling NACPRO's mission to advance the practice of parks and recreation. Now, please welcome this year's host and awards committee chair.
Good afternoon. My name is Amy Vosper, and I'm your new president-elect for NACPRO and the deputy director for the Fairfax County Park Authority in Virginia. As the 2022 NACPRO Awards Committee chair, I'm very excited to present these awards tonight. These awards recognize the very best work of individuals, organizations, and outstanding programs and projects from county and regional organizations across the nation. I am so impressed with all of these nominees and our winners, and I know you will be too. The last 2 years have been very challenging as we dealt with the impacts of the pandemic. Collectively, we innovated. We struggled at times, but clearly we understood the importance of our job. Significant unabated increases in our park visitation across the nation demonstrate that parks play a unique and vital role in our lives. Parks are a significant factor in our physical, social, and mental health in all of our communities. Parks connect communities and have the power to champion efforts that advance diversity, equity, and inclusion. The pandemic showed us how much people love their parks. Our response to this global threat is evident in our winning nominations that demonstrate innovation, new and unique approaches to programming and events, and our unwavering commitment to serving our park visitors who need us now more than ever. Clearly, our winners rose to the challenge and are worthy of these prestigious awards bestowed tonight. There is much to be proud of and much to celebrate. Please relax and enjoy the 2022 NACPRO Awards presentation. Thank you.
Our first category is the 2022 Outstanding Public Official Award. There is one recipient in this category, and our award is presented to J. David Vanderveen from Oakland County Parks and Recreation in Michigan. J. David Vanderveen recently retired as director of the Oakland County International Airport, where he became something of a legend in public service and aviation, having served 3 elected county executives and earning recognition from the Michigan Aviation Hall of Fame. But behind the scenes of his long career in aviation administration, Vanderveen has made equally impactful contributions in the Oakland County Parks and Recreation system. He served for years on the Oakland County Parks and Recreation Commission in various roles. He's also led efforts to host the airport's annual public open house and air show, and has served as the chairperson of the annual Fire and Ice Festival since its inception 15 years ago. This festival has grown to be one of the region's most highly anticipated winter events. And though he retired from Oakland County after a 55-year career, he'll continue to serve on the Parks and Recreation Commission as the vice chairman. He's described as a tireless advocate, a problem solver, and a person who gets the job done. Our next category is the 2022 Outstanding Contributor. There is one recipient in this category. The Outstanding Contributor Award is presented to the Lindsay family in partnership with Everstream, Snip Internet, and Cleveland Metro Parks, Ohio. On a snowy day in February 2018, Brett Lindsay called Cleveland Metro Parks with an idea for a custom-designed playground at Edgewater Park. Lindsay, a businessman, father, and Cleveland resident, sees quality parks and green spaces as critical elements to help cities keep and attract families. Edgewater Park, a popular lakefront destination for its beach and all-purpose trails, draws nearly 2 million guests each year, but lacked a play space for children. For Lindsay, the addition of this play area and accessibility to children of varying ages and abilities was critical to making Edgewater Park a standard bearer of excellence. Brett Lindsay is the president and CEO of Everstream, an enterprise-grade fiber network provider whose motto is, "Do what you say you will do." Everstream's take on the Golden Rule, along with its focus on innovation, are key to both its success and Lindsay's own. Lindsay asked Cleveland Metro Park staff to design a one-of-a-kind play space, authentic and nature-based, and he committed to fund its construction. While willing to fund it entirely, Lindsay invited the community to participate in the fundraising campaign to engage and inspire further support. With Brett's initial leadership gift of $250,000, other individuals and companies joined the effort, contributing approximately 20% of the $500,000 play space. The nearly 1-acre Lindsay family play space reflects the personality of its lakefront location and incorporates elements designed to embrace the community, from entrance arbors to accessible loop trails. The Lindsay family play space opened in July 2021. The project's relevance and importance grew during the pandemic as people came to appreciate nature and rely on parks and green spaces even more. Lindsay's vision and generous investment transformed Cleveland's lakefront and the lives of children for generations. Our next category is Outstanding Support Organization. There are 2 recipients in this category. Our first recipient of the 2022 Outstanding Support Organization Award is presented to Special Olympics Florida, Palm Beach County, nominated by Palm Beach County Parks and Recreation. The department's Therapeutic Recreation Services section benefits from a unique partnership with Special Olympics Florida Palm Beach County, a sub-program of the global Special Olympics movement. This program provides year-round sports training and athletic competitions in a variety of Olympic-type sports for children and adults with intellectual disabilities. In 1985, they approached the Palm Beach County Board of County Commissioners to begin this collaborative partnership and received unanimous support to further their collective mission in providing programs, services, and access to facilities for persons with disabilities. Some 37 years later, this partnership has established over 50 year-round training programs in 21 sports, serving nearly 2,000 athletes annually. Special Olympics Florida Palm Beach County is responsible for all program operating expenses and has contributed over $100,000 to purchase vehicles utilized to support life-changing programs and services. They have been pivotal in supporting community engagement efforts by collaborating with over 150 community-based partners and training close to 1,500 annual volunteers. The 3 Palm Beach County Park and Recreation Department funded full-time Special Olympics staff members operate out of the county's state-of-the-art therapeutic recreation complex. The local Special Olympics was instrumental in steering prospective funders to the county and were responsible for contributions of $1.1 million toward the development of this one-of-a-kind facility. This fundraising effort and capital development program brought to reality an administration and art center, athletic center, recreation center, and aquatic center. Access to these facilities has increased participation in health and wellness opportunities, included adaptive sports, the arts, and aquatics for this underserved population. Today, this collaborative partnership serves as a model for other parks and recreation departments across the country. Our second recipient of the 2022 Outstanding Support Award is presented to the Friends of the Legacy Trail Incorporated, nominated by Sarasota County Parks, Recreation and Natural Resources in Florida. Friends of the Legacy Trail Incorporated was created in 2006 as a chapter of the Friends of Sarasota County Parks, a nonprofit organization. In 2016, FLT became a separate 501c3 nonprofit organization. The Legacy Trail opened in 2008, providing more than 10 miles of paved trail from Venice Train Depot to Culver House Nature Park. FLT exists to support, promote, enhance, and protect the Legacy Trail, and from the beginning has been a vital partner to Sarasota County while supporting the trail and its community of users. They have funded trail improvement projects, donated amenities such as drinking fountains, bike racks, trail counters, kiosks, and safety signage. In 2016, FLT played an integral role in gaining support for the $65 million bond referendum to extend the trail nearly 8 miles with connections to Northport. They raised funds to help pay for a portion of the feasibility study and contributed thousands of hours gathering community support and attending key meetings. In 2021, FLT played a vital role in the success of the Legacy Trail Extension Project. From communicating with the public, providing positive feedback and information, and being the voice of safety for the trail, they have improved the experience for everyone. They've worked tirelessly to improve how trail users are counted and maintain the accuracy of counters. Thanks to their efforts, in 2021, Sarasota County reported over 475,000 trail users, which has grown significantly over the last several years. We now have this powerful data and methodology to leverage for grants and truly tell our story. FLT is a vital partner to Sarasota County and the Legacy Trail. Our next category is Outstanding Volunteer Award. There is one recipient. The 2022 Outstanding Volunteer Award is presented to Jean Lau of the Three Rivers Park District in Minnesota. Eugene Thomas Lau has volunteered with Three Rivers Park District in suburban Hennepin County, Minnesota for more than 33 years. Over this time, he has contributed an amazing 10,000 hours of service, which he achieved in the spring of 2021. Gene is the first Three Rivers volunteer to reach this milestone. He received the Park District's Distinguished Volunteer Service Award in 1991. He can still be found volunteering at most of the Park District's large races held throughout the year, many site events, and as a natural resource monitor. He particularly enjoys Civil War reenacting, maple syruping, and monitoring bluebirds. His biggest impacts come from the lasting relationships he builds, bringing people together to create a stronger volunteer community. Gene is a regular volunteer at many Three Rivers Park District sites, including the Landing Minnesota River Heritage Park, Eastman Nature Center, Lowry Nature Center, Mississippi Gateway Regional Park, Baker Outdoor Learning Center, Eagle Lake Golf Course, and Outdoor Recreation School. Gene takes on any task, no matter how big or small, to support the Park District in fulfilling its mission of promoting environmental stewardship through recreation and education in a natural resource-based park system. He is a mentor and role model for new volunteers and serves as an example to others in the performance of his volunteer duties. Our next category is Park and Recreation Program, Class 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are 5 award recipients of the 2022 Park and Recreation Program Award. The 2022 Park and Recreation Program Class 1 Award is presented to Valdosta-Lowndes County Parks and Recreation Authority in Georgia for its Flags of Freedom program. Valdosta-Lowndes County Parks and Recreation Authority's first ever Flags of Freedom was a socially distanced program that honored fallen heroes from the local Air Force Base, as well as from the county at large. 50 flags, one for every state, flew along a section of the road through Freedom Park as a temporary memorial from Memorial Day through July 4th. In addition to the flags, Valdosta-Lowndes County Parks and Recreation Authority placed signs listing the names of every service member from the county who was killed in action from World War II on. There were also signs honoring fallen heroes from Moody Air Force Base, airmen who died while stationed in Valdosta. Staff searched the National Archives and worked with the Moody Air Force Base historian to locate the names. Records and names from World War I were lost in a fire. Despite that, they were able to find more than 100 fallen service members from all the other conflicts since. Hundreds of cars drove through the park to experience flags of freedom. Additionally, thousands of people who visit the park for tournaments were able to see the display. Park visitors often stopped and took photos, with some of them finding family members' names on the display signs. The display is especially poignant because this is a military town. In fact, the park itself is a few short miles from Moody Air Force Base, home of the 23rd Fighter Group and the 347th Rescue Group. It was a labor of love, as volunteers and staff spent hours in 90-plus degree heat, digging holes in the hard Georgia clay with augers and shovels. The plan is to make it an annual event. The next 2022 Park and Recreation Program Class 2 Award is presented to Charlotte County Government for the Winter Wonderland, a Miracle on Centennial Boulevard program in Florida. Each year in December, the Charlotte County Community Services staff hosts a one-of-a-kind special event called Winter Wonderland, a Miracle on Centennial Boulevard. This event is a staple in the Centennial Park Recreation Center program calendar. This is a free, family-friendly event with games, crafts, photo opportunities, and a visit with Santa Claus to kick off the holiday season. Participants are greeted by staff dressed as elves and stroll down the festive-themed hallways decked with lights and ornaments. They can play games in the gymnasium, partake in holiday-themed arts and crafts, write letters to Santa, and last but not least, visit with Santa Claus himself. A great aspect of Winter Wonderland is it is split up into two parts, with the first hour directed towards people with disabilities and the remainder of the time labeled as general public. The first hour for people with disabilities prohibits flashing lights, offers lower music volume, and provides modifications to games in the gymnasium. The 2021 version of this event stands out because of a unique staffing situation. In previous years, Winter Wonderland was a division-wide event in which dozens of staff from across the county would work the event. This year, there were staff shortages, and the event was staffed solely by employees from the Centennial Park Recreation Center and the Charlotte Sports Park, both of which together make up a mid-county team in the recreation division. With staff shortages across the division, we were not able to pull help from our South County and West County cohorts. Even with the reduced staffing, the event took place with 50-plus more participants than the year before, while still maintaining a 99% satisfaction level, as evidenced by the 80-plus comment cards collected as patrons were leaving the event. The next 2022 Park and Recreation Program Class 3 Award is presented to Chesterfield County Parks and Recreation for the Decade Sock Hop at Stonebridge, Virginia. After spending over a year with COVID restrictions, the senior adults from Stonebridge Recreation Center needed a time for socialization, fellowship, and dancing. The Decade Sock Hop was the brainchild of one of the staff at the center. She also sought an avenue to showcase the talents of the resident dance groups, line, ballroom, and square dancing. The event focused on music from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, as well as games and refreshments. It was also part of the year-long celebration of the 50th anniversary of the Parks and Recreation Department. On October 13, 2021, over 100 seniors showed up in fashions from their favorite era. They bopped and grooved to the music. Attendees played Stonebridge Scramble, trying to unscramble names of famous musicians. This game was based off the TV show Soul Train. Everyone crowded into the photo booth to create memories. Hot dogs, pizza, chips, popcorn, cookies, and drinks were served. To ensure social distancing, the 45,000 square foot gymnasium was utilized. Attendees happily wore socks or sneakers to protect the gym floor. When the initial financial sponsor backed out, staff kept expenses low by utilizing surplus food items at the center and soliciting donations. Staff involved the community in the event. A local car enthusiast group volunteered, displaying their classic cars and provided desserts. Other donations included pizza, 1950s rock and roll decorations, 60s and 70s tie-dye decorations, 80s banners, and door prizes. One senior brought her husband, who is battling cancer, to the dance. She commented that it was the most fun they had had in the last 5 years. The sock hop catered to the interests of the senior population. The successful event paved the way for future dances at the Recreation Center. The 2022 Park and Recreation Program Class 4 Award is presented to Sonoma County Regional Parks in California for the Caminitos al Parque program. Sonoma County Regional Parks' Caminitos al Parque is innovative in both program design and delivery, as well as our partnership with Community Action Partnership, a keystone relationship for this program. Caminitos al Parque introduces low-income Spanish-speaking Latinx families to the wonders of nature through an innovative in-the-field program. Families visit a local park together for an enriching morning outdoors. Led entirely in Spanish by park staff, the families enjoy sharing of age-appropriate nature storybooks, creating nature art programs, hiking together with plenty of time for interaction, playing trailside literacy games, storytelling, games, music, and accessing information so that they can organize future park visits independently. The program design models culturally relevant techniques to connect families to parks and improve literacy and language development skills. The program builds upon existing social connections between participating families to generate collective buy-in about the benefits of incorporating literacy and the joys of getting outdoors into daily life. Learning from model social service programs, this leading-edge park program includes wraparound and follow-up resources. Families receive Spanish-language park maps and flyers that highlight seasonal bilingual hikes, classes, and workshops, many of which are free or low cost. They also receive information about the vehicle entry program that allows low-income families to receive annual park memberships for the low cost of $5. Additionally, families are invited to receive our monthly Spanish language e-newsletter. They also go home with fresh produce supplied by the Redwood Empire Food Bank, along with a Spanish language nature storybook to read with their children after the program. This inventive approach extends the program beyond just one field day into the daily lives of our participants. Sonoma County Regional Parks could not join us tonight. Please join us in congratulating their achievement. Our final award in this category is the 2022 Park and Recreation Program Class 4 Award, presented to the Lake County Forest Preserve District in Illinois for Our Voice is Black History. Our Voice is Black History is a multi-dimensional collaboration between Lake County Forest Preserve's Dunn Museum, the College of Lake County, and its Black Student Union. The project examined and explored multi-generational stories from Lake County's African American community and examined how these stories compare to today. The first two segments were completed in 2020 and were the foundation for the culminating part of the project, the Our Voices Black History exhibit in 2021 and its associated programming. Student Voices, an art contest, challenged CLC students to create art that expressed their experience as young African American adults. Generational Voices resulted in videotaped interviews wherein students had conversations with prominent African American community members. These conversations sparked lively conversations comparing the experiences of the two generations. Dunn Museum used the student artwork and community interviews to create the Our Voices Black History exhibit, which opened virtually on February 6, 2021. The in-person exhibit ran at the Dunn Museum from July through October 2021. Public response was strong to the virtual exhibit, with more than 10,200 views during the run, and it continues to be available today. Over 2,400 visitors experienced the in-person exhibit, even though the museum was impacted by COVID-19 restrictions. A robust slate of educational programming, both virtual and in person, was developed to support the exhibit. Program topics range from book discussions for children and adults to a professional psychologist discussing with parents how to talk to children about racism. Still, other programs highlighted African Americans and Lake County history. The Preservation Foundation of the Lake County Forest Preserves hosted a celebration at the end of the exhibit for students, their families, donors, and dignitaries. Students involved with the project expressed sincere gratitude for being included in the experience. Our next category is the 2022 Park and Recreation Facilities Award. Our first recipients in this category will receive the Class 1 award presented to Hanover County Parks and Recreation in Virginia for the Matthew and Daniel Barton Memorial Hockey Rink. On December 13, 2021, the Matthew and Daniel Barton Memorial Hockey Rink was opened and available for self-directed play and use. The rink was built 20 years ago in honor of Matthew and Daniel Barton, the sons of Doug and Carol Barton, who tragically lost their lives to disease at a young age. In 2020, the rink was identified as needing repair and replacement, leading to a coordinated fundraising effort led by the Barton family and Hanover County Parks and Recreation. The Barton family raised approximately $20,000. The Doswell Energy Center, located in northern Hanover County, donated an additional $25,000, and the Washington Capitals contributed approximately $100,000 worth of new rink boards, fencing, and skate surfacing. In addition, the Capitals donated street hockey equipment and hockey training opportunities to all Hanover County elementary and middle schools. Hanover County Parks and Recreation staff worked to remove the existing roller hockey infrastructure to prepare the site for the new materials, equipment, and surfacing. Hanover County also installed new signage, seating, and a scoreboard. All the county's associated costs were covered by donations. Additionally, Hanover County was able to save over $25,000 in design and installation costs. A project that should have cost Hanover County close to $200,000 was completed at no cost to Hanover County residents. The Barton family has twice turned what to many would have been an insurmountable tragedy into a shining light of service for their community and a great example of partnership between local government and private industry. Hanover County's residents will benefit from this great facility for the next 20+ years. Hanover County Parks and Recreation could not join us tonight. Please join us in congratulating their achievement. Our next Park and Recreation Facility Class 3 award is presented to Howard County Department of Recreation and Parks in Maryland for Blandair Park. Howard County Department of Recreation and Parks enriched Blandair Park for children and adults of all backgrounds by completing Phase 3 of the park in 2021. After a successful Phase 1 development in 2012 and Phase 2 in 2018, Howard County Recreation and Parks implemented Phase 3, the most ambitious to date. The Howard County community was introduced to several new amenities, including bocce ball and croquet courts, a picnic pavilion with built-in checkers and ping pong tables, 2 horseshoe pits, 142 new parking spaces, new restrooms, a walkway for pedestrians, a park maintenance center with offices and storage for sports equipment. Bioretention areas were also created to help remove pollution and reduce runoff for a more sustainable park. The most spectacular part of Phase 3 is the new state-of-the-art playground that consists of 6 unique areas designed for children of all abilities. 2 nonverbal communications boards donated by the Howard County Autism Society encourage free play and socialization for children of all ability levels. This inclusive and accessible playground was designed with input from parents of children with disabilities. It is officially named Laura's Place in memory of Laura Weatherald, a former Bureau Chief of Recreation and Parks. Laura was a passionate advocate for people with special needs and was instrumental in designing the playground. With the addition of Phase 3, Blandair Park is quickly becoming Howard County's premier destination for sporting events. The success of Blandair Park paves the way for future phases, including projects like the construction of a skate park and basketball courts. Howard County Department of Recreation and Parks could not join us tonight. Please join us in congratulating their achievement. Our next 2022 Park and Recreation Facility Class 4 Award is presented to East Bay Regional Park District in California, recognizing Dumbarton Quarry Campground on the Bay. The East Bay Regional Park District, located in the San Francisco Bay Area, completed a major historic first project, an urban shoreline campground in Fremont within easy reach of the 2.8 million residents that the Park District serves. The Dumbarton Quarry Campground on the Bay project was completed and opened to the public on August 28, 2021. This 60-acre campground is on the site of a former rock quarry nestled between 2 major highways. The park is equipped with 63 campgrounds with full-service amenities, which include a camp store, outdoor amphitheater, playground, accessible facilities, Wi-Fi, picnic areas, restrooms, and showers. Most importantly, this campground is a gateway to thousands of acres of parkland and many miles of trails for hiking and biking in adjacent Coyote Hills Regional Park with 1,274 acres and Don Edwards National Wildlife Refuge with 30,000 acres. The former Dumbarton Quarry, opened in the 1950s, provided building materials for major infrastructure projects such as San Francisco Airport, highways, and bridges. In the 1970s, the quarry owner, Oliver Da Silva Company, began talks with the East Bay Regional Park District and the city of Fremont to convert the quarry into a park. The quarry ceased operation in 2007. The quarry owners took 12 years to fill the pit with 6 million cubic yards of clean, tested dirt from Bay Area construction sites. The park is a prime example of a successful public-private partnership. East Bay Park District provided plans to rebuild the site from the rock up, to provide recreation, education, and trails to the adjacent natural environments. The site was built for $15 million, paid entirely by the rock quarry owner. The residents in nearby communities were heavily engaged in park visioning and planning. East Bay Regional Park District could not join us tonight. Please join us in congratulating their achievement. Our final recipient in the Park and Recreation Facility Class 4 Award category is presented to the Forest Preserves of Cook County, Illinois, recognizing the Palace Preserve's urban night sky place. The Forest Preserves of Cook County is one of the nation's oldest and largest urban conservation districts and manages nearly 70,000 acres of public land for Cook County's 5 million residents. Its mission is to protect and preserve natural habitats and wildlife in its care for the education, enjoyment, and recreation of the public. Over 99% of United States residents live under some form of light-polluted skies. Light pollution or artificial light at night impacts human health, affects wildlife behavior, increases carbon dioxide emissions, and obscures the ability to observe celestial objects. To address these issues and promote the benefits of a nighttime environment for people and nature, the Forest Preserves partnered with the Adler Planetarium to pursue the International Dark Sky Association's Urban Night Sky Place designation for its Palace Preserves. This 6,662-acre area within the palace preserves emits nearly 1,000 times less light than nearby Chicago, one of the most light-polluted cities in the world. The designation was awarded in 2021, making the palace preserves the largest designated urban night sky place in the world, and only the third such designation made by the association. The Forest Preserves has developed a series of programs to provide a unique and new way to explore and learn about nature, including stargazing, astrological events, and night hikes. Program collaborations with the Adler Planetarium continue and involves Adler students and volunteers building and utilizing specially designed cameras to measure light pollution. The Forest Preserves also worked with Adler to create a light management plan and adopted a dark sky friendly policy. The Palace Preserves are now the largest urban night sky place in the world, and this designation helps to celebrate and amplify the importance of dark skies for the benefit of human and natural communities. The Forest Preserves of Cook County could not join us tonight. Please join us in congratulating their achievement. Our next category is the 2022 Trails and Corridors Class 3 Award. There are 3 award recipients in this category. Our first recipient is Sarasota County Parks, Recreation, and Natural Resources in Florida for the Legacy Trail Extension Project. In December 2004, Sarasota County acquired its first Rails to Trails corridor, beginning at Culver House Nature Park in Sarasota and extending south to Center Road in Venice for a total of 10.6 miles. The trail was constructed in 2007 and named the Legacy Trail. In November 2018, Sarasota County voters overwhelmingly approved a bond referendum to acquire and extend the Legacy Trail north nearly 8 miles, continuing along the existing railroad corridor into downtown Sarasota with connections to the city of Northport. It has proven to be a vital community asset, attracting over 475,000 users annually. In 2021, Sarasota County worked diligently with contractors and community partners to extend the trail. Over 5 miles of trail were successfully opened from Culver House Nature Park north to Baha'i Vista Streets. This portion of the project included a 14-foot wide asphalt trail with sections of trail designed for future trail bifurcation to separate pedestrians from cyclists, reduce user conflict, and improve safety. In addition, Sarasota County opened Ashton Trailhead, one of 3 planned trailhead facilities featuring a multi-age playground, restroom, bike repair stations, event lawn, picnic shelters, and spaces for permitted mobile vending. There's truly something for everyone. This project is the epitome of all hands on deck, as it has required the expertise of almost every department in Sarasota County to make it a reality. This beautiful new trail extension and its facilities acts as a spine connecting the entire county, providing multimodal transportation and recreational opportunities to 4 municipalities. The trail provides mobility access to all users, regardless of age, ability, income, race, and provides safe, comfortable, and convenient access to community destinations and public places throughout Sarasota County. Our second recipient of the 2022 Trails and Corridors Class 4 Award is presented to Cleveland Metro Parks in Ohio, Canalway Partners, City of Cleveland, Cuyahoga County for the Towpath Trail. After more than 2 decades of planning, funding, assembly, and hard work, the final stage of the Towpath Trail in the City of Cleveland was completed in June 2021. The 1.5-mile, $8.9 million Stage 4 trail connects Literary Road in the Tremont neighborhood to the future Canal Basin Park, the original northern terminus of the 1832 Ohio and Erie Canal in downtown Cleveland's Flats. The northernmost 6 miles of the Towpath Trail cost $54 million, due to challenging terrain and legacy environmental issues. After 3 previous construction phases, the trail finally connects downtown Cleveland to Zoar, Ohio, approximately 93 miles to the south, and will soon extend another 8 miles to New Philadelphia, Ohio. Construction of the northern extension of the towpath trail is a result of a 4-party development agreement between Cleveland Metro Parks as trail manager, Canalway Partners as nonprofit partner and lead for fundraising, the City of Cleveland as landowner, and Cuyahoga County as project construction manager. The 4.3-mile towpath trail northern extension connects the residents of Cleveland to the 325-acre Ohio and Erie Canal Reservation. The towpath trail is part of the Ohio and Erie Canalway National Heritage Corridor, designated by Congress in 1996, which includes Cuyahoga Valley National Park. The towpath trail was envisioned as the primary spine for the active transportation system in Cuyahoga County. Completion of Phase 4 is the capstone for the towpath trail and provides the final link to several branch trails, including the Cleveland Foundation Centennial Lake Link Trail, Hemlock Trail, and Mill Creek Connector Trail. Our final recipient in the Trails and Corridors Class 4 Award is presented to Forest Preserve District of Will County, Illinois, for the Black Road Regional Trail Connection. 23 years ago, an east-west line was drawn on a map showing the closest point between the DuPage River Trail in Shorewood, Illinois, and the Rock Run Greenway Trail in Joliet, Illinois. Both are highly used and growing regional trails and are part of the Forest Preserve's Greenway and Trail system. At a little less than 2,000 feet, the gap between the 2 regional trails was not significant in length, but the challenges the project presented were immense. The 2 trail systems were separated by the DuPage River and Interstate 55. Pedestrians would attempt to traverse Black Road without shoulders on the bridges over the river or the interstate and a 45-mile-per-hour speed limit. It's not a safe place to be. Through the years, Forest Preserve staff shepherded the project, moving forward inch by inch, requesting grant funding and continuing to grow both greenway and trail systems. Eventually, in 2014 and 2015, the Forest Preserve successfully sought and obtained grants to fund 80% of the $3 million project from the federally funded Illinois Transportation Enhancement Program and the Congestion Mitigation and Air Quality Improvement Program. Construction was completed and the trail opened to the public at a ribbon cutting in November of 2021. The project is just shy of 2,500 feet in length and consists of 5 prefabricated pedestrian bridges, 3 spans over the DuPage River, and 2 spans over I-55. Now that the connection is complete, users can safely travel east and west between the DuPage River Trail and the Rock Run Greenway Trail, connecting both systems with the Joliet Junction Trail, the I&M Canal State Trail, the Veterans Memorial Trail Centennial Trail, the Old Plank Road Trail, and the Wapensee Glacial Trail. The project is a local and regional success. We are pleased to present the 2022 Historical or Cultural Facility Award to Westchester County Department of Parks, Recreation, and Conservation in New York for the Playland Grand Carousel and Derby Racer Pavilions. After extensive damage from a fire in 2017, the family-friendly Grand Carousel was ready to ride for the 2021 Playland season. Additionally, as part of a $100 million historical restoration, Playland's rough, tough, and fast Derby Racer received an updated pavilion and other needed repairs. Playland Amusement Park, a National Historic Landmark, has been a popular family destination since it first opened in 1928 and attracts visitors from the tri-state region every season. Playland holds a special place in the hearts of most Westchester County residents and their families. The park is open to 7 National Historic Landmark rides, including the Grand Carousel and the Derby Racer. The 106-year-old carousel, which predates Playland, had suffered severe damage to the roof and 66 beautifully hand-carved horses from a fire in 2017. Flames, smoke, and water caused such significant damage to the carousel that the ride had to be closed for renovation. In partnership with Mace Contracting, the renovation included meticulous, detailed hand painting of each horse, construction of a new roof, and restoration of the wooden pavilion. Across the Great Lawn sits the Derby Racer, one of only 3 still in existence. The Derby Racer's wooden structure was improved with a fresh coat of paint and glowing lights around the pavilion. June 25, 2021 was a very exciting day for Playland, as Westchester County Executive George Latimer held a ribbon-cutting ceremony to showcase the improvements to the Derby Racer and later joined patrons for the first ride on the carousel since 2017. The park had a very successful 2021 season with more than 300,000 guests and $5.7 million in revenue. Westchester County Department of Parks and Recreation could not join us tonight. Please join us in congratulating their achievement. Our next category is the 2022 Conservation Award, presented to Sarasota County Parks, Recreation, and Natural Resources for protecting natural lands. Sarasota County, Florida, is home to many diverse habitats with thousands of native plants and wildlife species, some of which are federally and state listed as threatened, endangered, or rare species. In 1999, Sarasota County citizens voted to fund an environmental land acquisition program called the Environmentally Sensitive Lands Protection Program, using ad valorem tax dollars. ESLPP became so successful that in 2005, citizens voted to continue taxing themselves to expand the program to include neighborhood parkland and continue it through 2029. The Environmentally Sensitive Lands Protection Program is a willing seller program and has established criteria for consideration of environmental acquisitions, including rarity, quality, connectivity, manageability, and water quality benefits. To date, this initiative has protected 39,217 acres. Among the highlights of the program was the successful protection of 1,725 acres through 5 separate land acquisitions in 2021. Through public engagement such as social media, print media, and a promotional video, Sarasota County promoted the acquisition program and received nominations for properties with high ecological value, species diversity, and greenway connectivity. The county partnered with Wildlands Conservation Group and Conservation Foundation of the Gulf Coast to connect with landowners and evaluate the nominated lands. Several lands were owned by 4th and 5th generation landowners and ranchers who wish to leave a legacy and see their lands protected forever. The 5 properties protected include, in addition to Old Miaka Preserve, a parcel on Warm Mineral Springs Creek, a property in Northport, and conservation easements over 2 large family ranches. Protection of these lands will provide watershed protection, habitat for wildlife foraging and nesting, and greenway corridors for connectivity. In addition to the environmental benefits, these and future protected lands will provide numerous opportunities for outdoor recreation, environmental education, and the cultivation of stewardship, responsible behavior, and appreciation of the natural environment. Our final 2022 Conservation Award is presented to Jefferson County Open Space in Colorado, recognizing the Guy Gulch property acquisition. Jefferson County Open Space now owns 1,192 acres of the Goltra family property just outside Golden, adjacent to Mount Galbraith, Clear Creek Canyon, and Centennial Cone Parks. The family previously sold 3,672 acres of their property for open space that is now Centennial Cone Park. Funding for the acquisition will come from a land exchange with Martin Marietta Materials, referred to as the Heritage Square Exchange, which should be complete later next year. In 2020, the county and Martin Marietta executed the agreement, which would convey 64 acres of Jefferson County property near I-70 and US 40 in exchange for 131 acres of corporate property, including the 56-acre former Heritage Square amusement park. The county planned to sell the former amusement park property and use the proceeds for other open space and parkland acquisitions. However, when the Goltra acquisition became a possibility, the agreement was amended to include funding for the purchase of the 56-acre former Heritage Square property instead. Martin Marietta will also pay Jefferson County $150,000 per year for 30 years to help fund ongoing open space acquisitions. Once it is completed, the HSA transaction will preserve 1,267 acres of open space in Jefferson County, including the Goltra, Bachman Farm, Alpine Slide, and Magic Mountain Reservoir properties. The acquisition of the beautiful property continues a nearly 50-year-long legacy of preserving land for conservation and public enjoyment. Jefferson County Open Space could not join us tonight. Please join us in congratulating their achievement. Our next category is the Marketing Award. The 2022 Marketing Award is presented to Dakota County Parks in Minnesota for development of their Marketing, Awareness, and Promotion Plan, or MAP. Identified as a critical need in the Dakota County Parks Strategic 2017 through 2022 Visitor Services Plan, the Marketing, Awareness, and Promotions Plan was established and has created a vision to improve the relevance and value of the park system to attract more visitors. Among the themes that emerged from the plan was a need to increase awareness of Dakota County Parks and its services across all segments of the population. This marketing plan guides parks' efforts to build awareness with a focus on underrepresented populations. It is designed to discover the needs and preferences of a growing and increasingly diverse community. Significant community engagement informed all aspects of the marketing plan, and the county is actively implementing the plan's targeted efforts to ensure that all residents know they are welcome in our park programs and spaces. Value statements that align the park's brand identity and reflect the system's mission statement guides implementation of the marketing plan's objectives. The 4 value statements are inclusive and accessible, a park system that strives to be culturally responsive and welcomes people from all backgrounds, individual and community wellness, a park system that inspires and supports individuals and communities in promoting their overall well-being, connections with nature and stewardship opportunities, a park system that provides high-quality natural spaces for visitors to connect with the environment, contribute to healthy, resilient natural systems, and enjoy outdoor experiences. Fun and enjoyment, a park system that makes it easy for people to enjoy fun things to do year-round at all stages of life. This plan serves as a model for community engagement and a commitment to outreach, inclusion, and equity in the outdoors. Our final recipient in this marketing category recognizes Five Rivers Metro Parks of Ohio and Decoding Nature. Decoding Nature is a 7-part online television series that tells the story of the past, present, and future of Five Rivers Metro Parks, a countywide park district in southwestern Ohio that serves more than 250,000 households from urban to rural. Decoding Nature is worthy of recognition for 3 reasons. First, the series was funded entirely with sponsorship dollars secured by the agency. The sponsors include 3 foundations and 1 corporation that believe strongly in the agency's mission to provide a personal connection with nature, as well as our conservation focus. Second, the people featured in the series include current and former Metro Parks employees and community leaders who played a role in how the organization fulfills its mission through partnerships and shared vision. Third, the series helps tell our story to the public we serve in a way that's appealing to them. The video series is available 24/7 on desktop and mobile devices and through a local streaming platform. Episodes were rolled out monthly, allowing viewers to watch it at a time that fits with their schedule. Response to the series has been overwhelmingly positive, and we were able to track views and clicks from digital advertising. As of January 2022, the episodes had been viewed more than 2,300 times. The digital ad campaign was converting between 2 and 8% of those who saw the ad, which is at or above the average conversion rate according to industry standards. 5 Rivers Metro Parks will continue to use the video and photos gathered for Decoding Nature well into the future as we work toward integrating more video into our marketing plan. 5 Rivers Metro Parks could not join us tonight. Please join us in congratulating their achievement. Our next category is the 2022 Planning Initiative Award, presented to Cleveland Metro Parks in Ohio, City of Cleveland, ODNR, ODOT, Port of Cleveland, for the Cleveland Harbor Eastern Embayment Resilience Study, known as CHEERS. The Cleveland Harbor Eastern Embayment Resilience Study provides a dynamic vision for a mile of Lake Erie shoreline 3 miles from downtown Cleveland. The current condition is hardened shoreline adjacent to Interstate 90 with 3 small and isolated existing parks. The plan creates 75 acres of new land to connect parks along the shore and enhance habitat, along with new greenway links to the nearby community. Overcoming barriers to engage and connect residents of adjacent yet separated neighborhoods to the lakefront is a major focus of the plan. CHEERS is notable for partnerships, community outreach, and beneficial outcomes leading to immediate steps towards implementation. Planning was funded by a National Fish and Wildlife Foundation grant with matching funds from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, Ohio Department of Transportation, Cleveland Metro Parks, Port of Cleveland, and the City of Cleveland. Cleveland Metro Parks coordinated the partnership and managed the consultant team of planners, landscape architects, engineers, and ecologists. Over 1,000 community members participated in surveys, workshops, and online meetings despite the COVID-19 pandemic and other challenges. Resident participation was especially crucial in a neighborhood with a large minority population where many live in poverty and have historically been left out of decision-making. Local agencies and organizations supported outreach and linked the project team with residents, leading the Black Environmental Leaders Association, a statewide nonprofit organization, to join as a full project partner. CHEERS proposes the beneficial use of dredge material to build habitat, expand parks, protect critical infrastructure, ameliorate previous industry and unjust development, and stabilize the unpredictable wave action threatening recreational amenities and critical infrastructure. Public support and current funding commitments of $4 million fast tracks this plan to benefit the community and enhance the Lake Erie shore. Our second recipient of the 2022 Planning Initiative Award is presented to Metro Parks Toledo of Ohio for Glass City Riverwalk planning. The 2017 Downtown Toledo Master Plan created a vision of a thriving riverfront city. The plan focused on access, connections, public space, activity, and development opportunities, renewing the riverfront as the prime asset for downtown Toledo, surrounding urban districts and adjacent neighborhoods. The Glass City Riverwalk was described as a catalytic project needed to revitalize downtown Toledo. In 2018, Connect Toledo, a network of corporate and civic leaders from the community, developed the Riverfront Trail and Open Space Concept Plan, which further laid out the framework for the future of the riverfront. The vision and goals for the Riverwalk resulted from numerous planning processes and a high level of community interest. The vision sees a completely accessible riverfront that extends both sides of the Maumee. The strength of the vision lies in the renewed focus on the natural systems of the Toledo region. As an outgrowth of several key local plans which identify the importance of providing safe and convenient transportation alternatives for Toledo residents and visitors, a unified plan is in place to guide the City of Toledo, partner organizations, and private development in phased implementation of the riverfront. In 2020, The riverfront received a $23 million grant through the United States Department of Transportation. The project team is continuing to build upon previous planning efforts to ensure that the public and stakeholders have ample opportunity to participate in this design phase of the Riverwalk. The three pillars of the current design effort focus on uniting people with place, creating a seamless and cohesive network, and three catalyzing investments. Once completed, the Glass City Riverwalk will expand public access to the trail system and riverfront, increase waterfront recreational opportunities and activities for all seasons, improve bike and pedestrian access and amenities for all users, and enhance regional connectivity. Our next category is the 2022 Removing Barriers Award, presented to Johnson County Park and Recreation District in Kansas, recognizing sensory-friendly Mondays at Kidscape. Johnson County Park and Recreation is proud to have the Johnson County Museum as part of its organization. Kidscape, a 3,500 square foot interactive history exhibit for children, is a key part of the museum. A new museum program, Sensory-Friendly Mondays, aims to make Kidscape and all museum spaces more comfortable for those with sensory differences. Staff researched best practices for programs serving children with sensory processing differences and autism spectrum disorders and created pre-visit documents like a social narrative and sensory map. Staff partnered with Britain Development Center, a program of Advent Health that serves children with developmental and intellectual challenges, to conduct an audit. Britain appreciated the effort and decided to sponsor the program. Lee Palmer, Curator of Education, said, "Britain's partnership and expertise have been essential to realizing the program's goals, creating experiences where those with sensory processing differences feel welcomed, wanted, and comfortable." Several departments supported this project. IT created an accessibility page to highlight accommodations. Marketing developed program branding. Facility maintenance helped make our building better for those with sensory needs. The program launched on June 7th to positive reviews. One participant's mom said, "He gets really easily overwhelmed and overstimulated, especially in loud, busy environments. I was excited for the opportunity to bring him here and play without quite as much commotion as there would normally be. I brought my daughter to the museum when she was younger, and I'm thrilled to have a place where both children can play together outside of the home." The program's success can be attributed to the value and commitment of staff to make programs and spaces welcoming to all visitors. This led staff to leverage the expertise within our community through a strategic partnership with Britain Development Center, who has the trust of families in our community. Our next category is social justice. The 2022 Social Justice Award is presented to Gwinnett County Community Services in Georgia for Building Brains Anywhere. Launched in 2021 through the Gwinnett Community Services Department, Building Brains Anywhere, also called B2 Anywhere, is an innovative program designed to improve school readiness and academic success for youth in target areas where there's a critical need for support. It provides safe, fun, and engaging early learning opportunities starting from birth to age 8. Mobile units travel across the county to public spaces, schools, childcare facilities, community centers, apartment complexes, and other places, delivering literacy program, STEAM enrichment, and hands-on activities to children who are often living in play deserts, book deserts, and food deserts. Learning concepts highlight play in nature, with instructional guidance given to parents and caregivers. B2 Anywhere uniquely collaborates with Gwinnett Parks and Recreation, Gwinnett County Public Schools, Gwinnett County Public Library, and Building Babies' Brains to help close learning gaps with the goal of boosting students on their academic journeys and ultimately strengthening the economic and social well-being of the community. Fostering a culture of equity and inclusion, B2 Anywhere embraces Gwinnett's rich diversity by offering educational materials and services in multiple languages. An estimated 35.4%, or more than 300,000 of Gwinnett's population over the age of 5, speaks a language other than English. County school demographics indicate 33% of students are Hispanic and 11% are Asian. A 2022 report from public schools underscores the need to improve school readiness. 54% of students are entering kindergarten without the skills necessary for a successful start. The COVID-19 pandemic has further disrupted learning in many homes, with the negative impact felt disproportionately in areas of the county with high levels of poverty. The next category honors 2 outstanding young professionals. The first 2022 Young Professional Award is presented to Becky Blankenship of the Forest Preserve District of Will County, Illinois. Becky Blankenship is the new young and dynamic wildlife ecologist for the Forest Preserve District of Will County. As the lone wildlife ecologist for the district, she's responsible for wildlife monitoring, management, and concerns in more than 22,000 acres of preserves in Will County, Illinois. In her rookie year, Becky took the initiative to start a radio telemetry tracking program to capture and track the movements and habitat use of the state endangered ornate box turtle. This involved getting approval to buy the necessary equipment, hiring a technician, developing protocols, and implementing the monitoring fieldwork. The resulting data is highly useful for informing land management activities, including prescribed burn timing and frequency, and composition and structure of native plantings. In addition to starting a turtle tracking program, Becky took the initiative to work with Canadian National Railroad to get turtle crossings installed in a rail line that runs through critical habitat for the state endangered Blandings turtle. This measure is important to reducing turtle mortality and protecting a vulnerable population of the endangered species. Becky has continued monitoring wildlife at preserves using game cameras, and she recorded notable species after sifting through tens of thousands of photos. Her enthusiasm for wildlife conservation is apparent in the media interviews and her many outreach activities. Becky's notable achievements in her first full year with the district are only a harbinger of things to come. Even as a young professional, she is organized, efficient, and adept at turning her passion and commitment for wildlife conservation into meaningful, on-the-ground results. Her engaging personality and strong leadership skills benefit all her endeavors. We look forward to the positive contributions she will make to the field of wildlife ecology as her career matures. The final Young Professional Award for 2022 is presented to Carrie DeShetler of Metro Parks Toledo, Ohio. Carrie currently works as a land steward in our Natural Resource Department, where she began in 2020. She serves as volunteer liaison for the Adopt a Natural Area volunteers and has logged over 1,200 hours working with volunteers. In addition, she has planted and maintained over 10,000 trees, shrubs, and aquatic species in various metro parks with the help of volunteers and staff. Carrie has also planned and coordinated dozens of volunteer projects, which have varied from tree planting and maintenance, trash pickups, and placement of informational signage. She assisted with planning and implementation of the controlled waterfowl hunting program at Howard Marsh Metro Park. Carrie also worked as the lead Natural Resources Conservation Assistant from 2019 to 2020 with Metro Parks. This additional work history prepared her for what will certainly be an exceptional career with Metro Parks. She has developed a strong appreciation of a variety of habitats and the plants and wildlife species that depend on those critical habitats. Carrie has a special quality that instantly connects her with people, regardless of age, ethnicity, or background. She can talk to them about conservation, Metro Parks projects, or their personal interests. She creates the type of culture that encourages our visitors, volunteers, and coworkers to learn about Metro Parks, our mission, and vision for the future. Her communication skills enhance the team's interaction when it comes to project development, progress, and field reports. She maintains and updates detailed and prioritized lists of projects not only for herself, but for the rest of the team. She continues to bring new ideas forward that not only increase her knowledge and job performance, but those of her coworkers and volunteers. Our next category honors a distinguished professional. The 2022 Professional Fellow Award is presented to Cindy Walsh of the Fairfax County Park Authority in Virginia. The Fairfax County Park Authority is very lucky to have a flexible, talented individual willing and able to lead the Park Services Division, or as of lately, whatever division needed gifted leadership. Cindy Walsh has been our go-to division director, filling in as needed when a vacancy developed in the Resource Management Division. She wore 2 hats for over a year as FCPA determined the right course of action relative to reorganization and selected a replacement. Ms. Walsh started with the Park Authority in September 1989 as the agency's first Special Populations Coordinator. Over the past 3 decades, she served as Agency Access Supervisor, Program Supervisor for Rec Centers, Site Operations Manager for Park Services Division, Resource Management Division Operations Branch Manager, then Division Director, and most recently, Director of the Park Services Division. She earned a bachelor's degree in therapeutic recreation from Longwood College in Virginia and previously worked for Chesterfield Parks and Recreation, the Northern Virginia Training Center, and Prince William County Park Authority. In all roles with the agency, she demonstrated the ability to lead and get the job done. As COVID-19 struck the region, her division accommodated the new normal, creating free virtual fitness programs, turning the Summer Performance Series into a popular live stream, developing COVID-19 safety procedures for rec center patrons and staff, safely reopening vital community-centric programs such as daycare, swim lessons, and summer camps. Whether it's budget shortfalls, lack of PPE, staff shortages, or supply chain deficiencies during site renovations, Cindy is on it, well prepared for the challenges ahead. She's the best kind of employee and a mentor to countless young park professionals over the years, many of whom will emulate her and provide a continuum of excellence. Ms. Walsh could not join us tonight, but please join us in congratulating her achievement. The 2022 Professional Lifetime Award is presented to Gail H. Preston of Broward County Parks and Recreation, Florida. After a career spanning nearly 45 years, Gail H. Preston, a longtime certified Parks and Recreation professional, retires with a distinguished record of public service. As Assistant Director of Broward County Parks and Recreation Division for 6 years, she has been second in command of one of the largest agencies in the country's 17th most populous county, helping steer the division through challenges ranging from hurricanes to a pandemic. Preston holds a Bachelor of Science in Leisure Services and Studies from Florida State University and a master's degree in Parks and Recreation Administration from Florida International University. She's active in both the Florida Recreation and Park Association and National Recreation and Park Association. Preston's tenure at the division followed more than a decade with South Broward Park District, where she quickly moved up the ranks from student intern to park manager. Soon after joining the division in 1988, she became North District Superintendent, a position she held for 24 years before becoming Operations Superintendent for 3 years. While at North, she oversaw opening such facilities as batting cages, a water park, and a skate park, adding more than half a dozen natural areas, coordinating public-private partnerships, and managing large-scale events like the long-running Holiday Fantasy of Lights. In addition to day-to-day administrative responsibilities, Preston was on the team that helped the division win the 1990 Gold Medal Award from the American Academy of Park and Recreation Administration and was instrumental in generating support for the 2000 Safe Parks and Land Preservation Bond, which provided $400 million towards preserving and reclaiming natural lands and restoring the aging park system. She also brought knowledge and expertise to teams that helped the division achieve accreditation by the Commission for Accreditation of Park and Recreation Agencies in 1996 and reaccreditation in 2001, 2006, and 2011. Gail H. Preston of Broward County Parks and Recreation could not join us tonight. Please join us in congratulating her achievement. And with that last award, that wraps up the 2022 NACPRO Awards. We'd like to congratulate each of this year's winners once again and thank them for their continued dedication to promoting such high standards for parks and recreation departments across the country.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we can't wait to see what's in store for the upcoming year.